In this video, I will be talking about or answering the questions, can your child learn or can all children learn? A lot of times, some people feel that not all children can learn. Now, let's look at what is learning and how learning works. Learning is simply the process of acquiring information, of taking in information. It is a process. A lot of children think that once they get into a classroom and they are taught a new concept or a new topic, that they will grasp it immediately. But learning is a process. Once a person is exposed to new information, it is stored in short-term memory for a very short time. However, when a person goes over that information several times over and over again, then the information is moved from short-term to long-term memory. And in the long-term memory, then, that is where it stays and we actually remember it. So that is how learning works. And I believe that if that is how learning works, then every child can learn. Have you thought about a child that is said to have special educational needs, learning the lyrics of a song and actually singing and dancing to it, or learning the lyrics of a poem and actually reciting it? How did that happen? It is because they went over that information over and over again, and that is how learning works. It is important to understand that there are different types of learners. There are fast learners, that sometimes people refer to as having a high IQ, being brainy, being intelligent, being smart. I've heard all sorts of words being used to describe children who learn fast. There are also slower learners. Now, it doesn't mean that if a child is a slower learner that they cannot learn and that they cannot achieve their full potential. It is therefore important for you as a parent to be able to know what type of learner your child is. If your child is a sort of child that doesn't need to spend a lot of time studying, they are a fast learner. In that case, they learn very, very fast. However, if your child, on the other hand, is not the sort of child that picks things up fast, then it is important that you understand it and that they understand it too, so that you don't get frustrated and they don't get frustrated, and you can put in the effort that you need to put in, the support, the encouragement that you need to put in to help them to actually learn and achieve their full potential. Why do children give up on learning? From my experience in teaching, a lot of children self-defeat and easily give up on learning just because they feel that once they learn something, they have to grasp it. And they feel, well, I can't learn, well, it's difficult, I'm giving up, I hate science, I hate math, and I hate any other subject it is, that they are struggling to pick up. Now, they are not patient enough to put in the effort to go through the process of moving that information they've learned from short-term to long-term memory, and so they give up. Now, I want to encourage you today, as a parent listening to this video, to know that your child can learn. I want to encourage you to believe that your child can learn. If you don't believe, then you will not be able to put in the time it takes to support them and encourage them to achieve their full potential. Remember, research shows that children are best placed to succeed when they have strategic and active parental involvement. So my challenge to you today is, regardless of whatever they've said about your child in school, regardless of what they have said their ability level is, your child can learn, your child can achieve their full potential. So get involved and help to get the best out of your child. Be blessed, be inspired, and help your child to reach for the stars.